Hello and welcome back to the Drive to Thrive show, the show all about being yourself, being your best, and truly thriving in life, whatever that means to you. You know those times in life where we can feel a bit stressed, a wee bit overwhelmed, potentially unfulfilled, and altogether just a bit out of balance? Well, today I want to give you a practical, powerful, and insightful tool to help you to relieve stress and achieve balance as quickly and effectively as possible. Because in the pursuit of our goals and growth, the ability to relieve stress and achieve balance quickly and effectively, that'd be a pretty useful thing to have in our tool belts, right? Well, without any further ado, let's get into today's episode. Relieving stress and achieving balance with more of and less of. In life, in the pursuit of our growth and goals, through the busyness and hustle and bustle, the balancing of all the different roles we play and hats we wear, sometimes we can find ourselves feeling a bit stressed, a bit overwhelmed, maybe even unfulfilled, and altogether just a bit out of balance. And this is perfectly natural. And there are also so many things which we can do about it. Like, for example, checking in with our values and making sure that we're honouring them and aligned with them. Checking in with our mindsets and making sure there are no limiting beliefs, repressed emotions, or ineffective strategies creating unnecessary stress and resistance. And even all the way down to the most simple of things, like checking in with our health and well-being and making sure that we're getting enough of the right nutrients and enough sleep to be able to deal with life stresses and challenges resourcefully and with resilience. And in future episodes dedicated to both stress and balance, I'll be covering all of this and so much more. But for today, I want to jump straight into action and give you a valuable, practical tool that you can implement right away. Because sometimes when we're in that state of stress, overwhelm, unfulfillment, or feeling like we're out of balance, we just want to be able to quickly and effectively identify the things which we can do right away to give us that mental and emotional shift and allow us to move forward in the most effective way possible. And that is exactly what we're about to do. So, if you're currently in that place where you're feeling a bit stressed, overwhelmed, unfulfilled, or even just a bit out of balance, first of all, just know that it is perfectly natural. Give yourself a break, be kind to yourself, and now let's focus on what we can do about it. I want you to grab yourself a piece of paper or a notepad, and this is key. We don't want to do this digitally. Make sure you've got paper or a notepad so that we can do this right in front of our very own eyes and get it written down. Once you've got yourself a bit of paper or your notepad, I want you to draw a line right down the middle of one of the pages. And then on the left hand side, I want you to write down the words more of, and on the right hand side, I want you to write down the words less of. And once you've sectioned off your page and got your titles at the top, I just want you to start on the left hand side and just do a brain dump, asking yourself, what would I like more of in my life right now? And then just go ahead and write down absolutely everything that you would like more of in your life right now. And as you're going through this and the ideas are flowing, you may have some things come up 2, 3, even 4 times. That's perfectly okay. Just get them written down and out your head so it can make way for new ideas to come through. And then, once you've got out your head absolutely everything you would like more of in your life right now, go over to the other side of the page and just brain dump absolutely everything you would like less of in your life right now. And again, give yourself a few minutes to do this, maybe even 5, 10, 15 minutes depending on your process, and get absolutely everything out. Clear your head. And then when you're done, you'll have on your bit of paper a list of things that you would like to have more of and a list of things that you would like to have less of in your life. Got your list written out? Fantastic. Now that you've got your more of, less of list, there's 3 things for you to do next. Number 1, having a look over your list from a place of non-judgment and objectivity, I just want you to ask yourself, what do I notice as I look at my 2 lists? And then begin to make a note of any emotions, ideas, and insights that come up for you as you look over your list. Then, once you've got your initial thoughts, ideas, and things written out, I want you to have a look and notice something really cool. Because what I find both personally and with my clients, that as we look over our more of, less of lists, there's things that if we start to do more of them, it automatically implies that we'll be doing less of others. And the same goes for the other side. There'll be things that if we were to start doing less of them, it would automatically imply that we'll be doing more of others. And just have a look over your list and notice if there's anything that if you start doing more of that, you'll automatically start doing less of that. And if you start doing less of that, you'll automatically start doing more of that. And this will allow us to see what key changes, habits, routines, ideas can we implement that are going to give us the greatest amount of results for the least amount of effort. And lastly, I want you to have a look over your list and decide what are your top 3 priorities that are going to really move the needle in relieving stress and achieving balance. And when I say top priorities, these don't need to be the biggest, most dramatic, transformational changes you can identify. Maybe they're just the quickest, simplest things that you can implement right away that are going to help to give you that shift. And so, whether it's the big transformational changes, the quick and simple ones, or a mix of both, go ahead and have a look over your list just now and ask yourself, what are the top 3 things that are going to really move the needle and allow me to relieve stress and achieve balance? Got your priorities listed? Brilliant. Now you'll have a very clear idea of the things that you can be doing more of and less of to allow you to relieve stress and achieve balance. You've got some ideas and insights that you've observed from looking over your list. You know what things are going to help to pay the highest returns for the least amount of effort, and you've now got your top priorities selected to help really move the needle as quickly and effectively as possible. And now you can take your top 3 priorities and decide both how and when you're going to implement them. You can even use the SMART goal process from our episode on goals to turn these into effective, tangible goals that you can go and take action on right away. And so take a pause here and decide how and when am I going to take action on these things and what resources, if any, do I need in order to do that. Got your goals and action steps written out? Amazing. Now you've got practical, tangible action steps that you can take right away to help you to relieve stress and achieve balance in the immediate future, and some ideas, insights, and action steps to help you to continue to do so further off into the future. And for those of you who like a wee bit of theory to help understand why such a simple tool can be so powerful, there's some very good reasons for that. First of all, when we choose to get all these things out our head and write them down on paper, we are literally getting them out of our head. We can detach ourselves from them and view them objectively, allowing us to use logic and rationality to make the most effective decisions. From here, we can then intentionally pick where we want to put our focus, which of course is on relieving stress and achieving balance, as opposed to all the random stuff running around our head that we're potentially leaving as open loops and not solving. Then it allows us to purposefully prioritize where and how we want to move forwards and what the best ways for us to do that are. And then last but by no means least, by going through this exercise, we're actually addressing what's coming up for us mentally and emotionally that's creating stress, overwhelm, unfulfillment, and feelings of being out of balance. Whereas when we continue to just charge forward, telling ourselves, it's okay, I'll sort this after, we leave these things unaddressed, which only creates more stress and resistance. But by getting it out of our heads, intentionally choosing where we want to focus, purposefully prioritizing and addressing these things, we can very quickly and effectively relieve stress and achieve balance in such simple yet powerful ways. And so now, all that's left for you to do is go and take action, take these steps, relieve that stress, and achieve that balance. And this brings today's episode nicely to a close, where we've learned that in the face of stress, overwhelm, unfulfillment, and feeling a bit out of balance, there are bigger, deeper, more transformational pieces of work that we can do, but sometimes we just want to quickly identify the action steps that we can take right away to effectively allow us to relieve stress and achieve balance right here and now in the moment or in the immediate future. From here, we then learned of a powerful tool being the more of, less of list, and that it works by allowing us to get these things out of our head, detach from them, and view them objectively. intentionally decide where we want to put our focus, and then purposefully prioritize where and how we want to move forward and turn this into some practical, tangible goals. From here, you then selected your priorities, turned those into goals, and so now all that's left for you to do is go and take action, relieve that stress, and achieve that balance. And if you found this useful, then please make sure to leave a 5-star review with your podcast host. And until next time, take care, please be kind to others, and I'll catch you real soon. Peace.